everybody, this is part two from continuation from yesterday. Sorry it's up late, but I just wanted to show you that this was the before shot. And of course this is what we're going on to next. So on the right side of the buffet, what I had was some things that I didn't want to keep anymore, but some holiday dishes. I have Halloween dishes as well as Halloween cups and Halloween wine glasses. We love to decorate for Halloween. But since we're no longer going to have that formal dining space to decorate anymore, we decided to get rid of some stuff. Jim went and got a big box to put all the dishes in to hold for like either the yard sale or the giveaways. I have some silver cake plates that I've had, kind of like that I inherited, and I do love cake plates. They used to stand up on the buffet. I switch them out from time to time with other things, but right now we're just going to put really nothing on the buffet except storage for right now, just until we're done with this whole project, and then we'll decorate it. So I have those that are out of the way, and I also have some Easter items. I have this really pretty Peeps Lennox salt and pepper shaker that me and my sister-in-law bought when they first came out at Bed Bath & Beyond. So that was really fun, and I keep that. That's my fancy china, my Peeps salt and pepper shaker from Lennox. Okay. So then, to continue on, we have all of these, like I said, Halloween plates, Halloween decor, these wine glasses, the plastic wine glasses with the hands. Jim really likes, he thinks they're very medieval, and because they're plastic, we can store them a lot easier than we can anything that's glass. So all of these Halloween glass stemwares, we're going to go ahead and put in the garage sale or give away, whatever. I have plates that I got at last year at the Christmas tree shop when I was in New York for my brother's funeral. And then I have all of my great skull plates that I've had from Target for a skazillion years. We did look to see if there was room for them in the bottom two drawers of the Filipino dresser. And right now there is, but it's difficult to get to. So we're just going to put them back in here, but we're going to make it a little bit neater. And now that we have no wine glasses, we have room to do that. Now, as far as, let's see what other stuff we found. I'm trying to think what else. Oh, so we're going to move the Easter stuff. We're basically putting all of the plates back. And then the Easter stuff, we have all of these like eggs. The egg candles from the Dollar Tree, which I absolutely love. I have this swirling centerpiece candle holder that I love to fill the eggs with. And I just use them for decorations and stuff. So I have those that are going to go in the right cabinet. So the right cabinet we're pretty much just going to use for holiday storage. We're going to end up putting some Christmas items in there as well. But what's been on the left is basically that serviceware that I have been saving forever for when I have the occasional brunch or house party. I have a cut ceramic, basically it looks like lace cut ceramic cracker holder, as well as a like a little dish that holds sugar packets and Splenda packets and stuff like that, because we do use Splenda, Sweet and Low, Stevia, and Equal. With all my family and friends use different things, so try to keep them all available for everybody. Okay, I just have two of them. I have one on my coffee bar that I use kind of every day. And then I have one that we store, so we could always have like two, sort of one at the end of each table. I have place settings, which are, they say like entree desserts, basically for each table, to label each table, that I got on clearance really cheap from like Collections ETC one time, or maybe Country Door. I think they might, no, they're from the Country Door. But just a couple of things like that. I have a box of 4 mini creamers that I bought from on clearance. Just the same thing, like when you have lots of company over, they can each have their own little creamer set. And also a box of salt and pepper shakers that are basically 10 little sets of salt and pepper shakers, which you could spread out throughout. Everybody can have their own sort of thing, which may not be a big deal to you guys, but for me, I like that. Nobody has to say pass the salt, pass the shaker, pass the pepper. So all of that stuff is kind of like going to find a new home. Some of it you could see Jim is moving right into the garage sale box, and some of it we're deciding on the table. Some of it we're just gathering together because the pieces weren't all together. So that's it. I also have napkin rings in there. I have my autumn napkin rings plus all the ones that I've ever DIY'd. We're keeping in there, and we're gonna just sell those at the yard sale as well, or give them away, or whatever we decide to do. The only thing that doesn't fit in my new plan for all of these things is the actual linens and my utensil holder. So I've decided to take this other clear box with a cover, and we've decided to make a brunch, lunch, shower box, which would be really nice because if I do take this to, say, Texas or St. Louis for hostessing something, it'll all be contained already, which is really wonderful. We have, let's see, what went in there. I have a pretty gravy boat that I actually use for hors d'oeuvres and stuff as well. It was again, another piece of Lennox. It was a FTD sort of vase that came in an arrangement one time, and I loved it. And Jim got it for me, sent it to the house, and I just absolutely love it. But I like to use it for, for crackers or nuts or something on a table. So that kind of stuff's just going to pack away. We're taking the white napkins, putting them away as well. We're putting them around the ceramics so that the ceramics don't bump into each other. All those boxes of creamers and salt and pepper shakers are all going in there as well. I also have 2 little salt and pepper shakers that are kind of precious to me. My sister Jane gave them to me. Janie, if you're watching this, you know where those little salt and pepper shakers came from. There we go. That's them right there. One is like crystal and one is like on silver plate. It's really cute. But anyhow, so now we're just going to put this all away. The only thing that didn't fit, like I mentioned, is the 2 tablecloths. I have one cotton, sort of poly cotton, and one a lace that we're going to put into a shrink wrap bag, and they'll sit on top. So after talking with Jim, he thought that was a great idea. We can put this in the front closet, nice, neat storage, and pull it out when it's time to cater or party or whatever. Okay? So now we're having a meeting. No, I'm just kidding. We did sit for a few minutes and discuss the next move. That's all. So putting everything back in the cabinet, that was kind of like, how is it going to go? Where are you going to put it where it's not going to be in the way? I was really happy about this for a while because this was the end of a really long day, and Jim was able to do a good portion of sitting so he could rest before he has to do the rest of his standing stuff, if that makes any sense. I know for me as well, for a fact that when I'm at 100%, if I break my standing and sitting up, then I can definitely last a lot longer with my energy. So I was grateful to have a project where he could just sit. So now he's kind of cleaning off the top of the buffet. We have some things that we're like, I don't know if I want to keep. I have these 2 crystal water pitchers, and I have to tell you, they have like silver tops, but they're like silver plated, and they do tarnish. But I looked for them for so long. Those are some of those items that you think like, it took me a while to curate that, and do I want to get rid of them? Or I think he likes them too because they're kind of like very medievally looking, like an old castle type looking. So it's kind of like those things are on the fence. So we moved them to the maybe pile. We have a couple of things in the maybe pile. Basically, they're just someplace safe, out of the way. And we are going to work on this tray because we realize we have to really get everything off because we're going to have a lot of storage going up there. Jim's plan to fit the short things in the bottom, and then we'll put taller things in the top of this buffet drawer. Will also include when the dresser goes in there, because the dresser has one really deep drawer. However, I didn't really mention this to you guys before, but I mentioned it to him yesterday. When I eventually get the craft room finished, I would like to have all of the vases and candlesticks and DIY stuff there so that I can see it, I can get my hands on it, and then I can use it instead of just moving it, But But this is what we're doing now because we're having to put the stuff that's fragile into temporary storage while we move the furniture around without knocking anything over. If you don't mind that I'm going back and forth, I was trying to follow him. I thought it would be really cool, but it ended up being like a little shaky, so I apologize. But now what he's doing is he's emptying the H cabinet. So the top shelf of the H cabinet has our precious things. Oh, he's working on the plastic, sorry. He's working on the plastic drawers. If you watch the Valentine's Day dining room organization video, you'll see everything that we put on there. Basically, Dollar Tree vases, Dollar Tree jars, some jars I got at Target, and some bottles I got at 99 Cent Only Store, those kinds of things. And we're just trying to fit whatever we can, make it organized. I like it organized. Jim likes to be like, just shove it in there if it fits. And I'm like, well, if you put all of the tall vases in the back, I'm not going to know if I have any tall vases because I'm never going to be able to pull that drawer all the way out safely. So we just had our, not difference of opinion, just we have our different, yeah, I guess difference of opinion. We have a different way that we organize. I have these two on the left beautiful candlestick / vases that I got from Party Light Candles. My friend used to sell Party Light candles, and they're kind of like you turn them over and turn them one direction and they're a vase, and you turn them the other direction. They hold like a pillar candle, and I have a set of those and I just adore them. They usually sit on this buffet on a regular basis. So then he's got started to move stuff from the actual H cabinet. What we have in the H cabinet on the very, very top shelf is like basically really precious stuff. Our anniversary glasses and crystal vases that Mom had at her, Jim's dad had given her, and just lots of like precious things to us, not necessarily monetarily valuable, but definitely emotionally and, valuable, basically. Historically valuable, how's that? On the bottom shelf, you could see those two pumpkin plates, serving dishes that I made. They're there, as well as a bunch of candlesticks and crystal bowls, and we were going through this thing every time. Every time we would go to a catering event, and I would see this really cute little like dish that they had on the table that had salt and pepper shakers in it, and I would be like, oh, that's the cutest dish. And then I get home and somebody had inexplicably snatched it from me and given it to me. So a lot of them have memories. I'd be like, oh, this is from this event, this is from this event, even though technically it's a crime, but I can't remember anything. I don't know what you're talking about. So anyway, the only thing that we're not moving tonight is the china and the big ceramic vases on the bottom, because they have no home right now. They're going to actually just go onto Jim's desk when we're ready to actually move the furniture. So they're going to stay in there until the very last minute. The only thing we didn't touch in the bottom is the placemats, because for the same reason. I know exactly which drawer the placemats are going to go in. And when we get that all furniture all moved and settled, we know exactly what we're going to do with them. We didn't go through them yet and purge them, but we will, and we'll share that with you when we do. Okay? Now, we call this the H cabinet for obvious reasons. You guys see that the doors have 2 H's carved in them. Jim's dad had that made for him, again, in the Philippines. It's mahogany. It weighs a ton. But I'm looking forward to when we can finally get all of the stuff done. So to avoid my husband going through any more frustration, I took over. It's really funny because it's not like my way and his way, right way or wrong way, none of that. It's just that I can see things. My gift, his gift is he's got tons, but one of his gifts is the way that he can, the way that he can move is really like a gift. My gift is the way I can see the configurations of things. I'm really good at Tetris, I'm really good at Jenga, and I'm really good at loading the dishwasher. But I'm also really good at storing stuff. So I took over putting the stuff in the drawer for a minute just to like organize it and then tell him how he could finish. Then we had a couple of small things that we found later on that we still had room in the bottom for, so we went ahead and put them in there as well. Candle cups from the Dollar Tree, you know, I mean, we still use them. You know, you gotta ask yourself, do you use it? How often do you use it? Like, do you throw away your Halloween decor because you won't use it for a year? I mean, that's just wasteful. And I'm not just talking about saving money at this point. At this point, we're just being wasteful as a society by buying things that are disposable. And even if we gift them to somebody, we don't know that they're not just going to throw it out. So getting you the longest use out of it that you can, getting the most use out of it that you can, you know, it's that's how I feel about it. It's why we've always picked, well, that's one of the reasons we've always picked garbage out of the furniture out of the garbage. We've picked and recycled and upcycled lots of items. We've been doing this for a long time, me and my family. So it's one of the main reasons. One of the main reasons is budget, but another main reason is just waste. It's hard to see its weight go to waste. I feel like I hear my dad every time, his voice. If you've ever seen pictures of the fish that my dad has carved, he actually picked all of that wood out of the garbage of a cabinet shop. They would throw these really beautiful pieces of wood out because they just were extra. And what's one person's waste is another person's gorgeous carved fish. So it's just that kind of thing. Like, keep that in mind. There are many people with many different opinions about how things should be, and we mentioned that these videos were organizing and redecorating. They're not all purging. They don't all say downsizing on them, for a very good reason, because some of them are just relocating stuff. So I'm sorry if you came here to watch me throw all my stuff in the garbage. That's not what this video is about. Though I do have a big pile of stuff that we did purge, but that's beside the point. The very, very precious stuff from the top shelf is going into that left cabinet. I really wanted that away. There are a couple of things that are precious to me that aren't like delicate. My niece Katie sent me these beautiful pink love vases, which I'm like, they just remind me of her, and I'm like, I'm enamored, you know. So like, they're delicate. They're not delicate, but they're precious to me. So if they can fit in this cabinet down below, then they will. But we have some really delicate pieces because they're kind of old, and we make sure that they get protected from any bumps or any knocking over of furniture or shaking or any of that stuff. Okay? So I mentioned the stuff that we're leaving in the H cabinet. I mentioned, the other thing that we haven't touched on, and we will, and Jim and I were discussing it last night, is the bar cart. Now, it's one of those things too. Mom had the cart, and I have had the crystal decanters for a very, very long time. They were actually my dad's and Mom's collection. My dad used to put colorful water and rainbow colors in them and leave them on the windowsill. But I finally got the actual, like, movie type chains that hang that tell you what alcohol is in there. I finally got like the bar cart that I wanted. So it's like deciding like what to keep, what to do with it. And Jim really likes it, kind of, because he likes to, you know, he's appreciating alcohol more. So we'll see. So we knew that this step was probably going to take a couple of days. However, it's going to be way more than one video. So I will take you a walk around real quick and show you what we've done. But before I do that, I wanted to let you know something. The last time we were in here when we set up Jimmy's office space was when we purged a bunch of stuff already. Now that was before garage sale was happening. Again, it's just a matter of like, we have difference of opinions of how much is enough and too much, and what will you use it for, where you store it. Like, it's all of these different things that we have to think about. The next step will probably be Thursday or Friday, Jim? Maybe Thursday?
Maybe Thursday, maybe tomorrow, depending on how I feel. I might come in here and try to move some.
Oh, I'm taking tomorrow off. You gotta take your day off. You're gonna get burnt out.
Should.
So Thursday we're probably gonna come in. The next step is to take the precious crystal out of the 2 side cabinets. And then we cleared off this to put all that in. So let me show you what we did real quick around. This is now totally full of glassware. We have a couple of different, oh, where's the door? There it is. We have a couple of different holidays in there. There's Halloween on the bottom, and then like autumn and stuff on the top. Then there is the tall glassware and then the short glassware. It's mostly candle holders, jars, just party, like stuff you would use for parties or for, you know, candle holders and stuff like that. Basically, it's stuff to DIY with is really what it's all about. And then in this side buffet door, we have kind of like all the precious glass that we have to make sure it's like the heirloom pieces. Where they're in there, they're making sure that they're safe. And what we've had is that shelf is now empty on that white cabinet thingy. And that H cabinet, top 2 shelves are empty. Bottom shelf is half empty. Middle shelf really didn't have anything touched yet. And also the bottom cabinets are empty. All of the linens have been moved, relocated, given away, put in the box, put in the H cabinet. Not in the H cabinet, in the Filipino dresser.
I'm doing the same thing already.
What? Calling it the H cabinet?
Yeah.
We, it's been arduous, very tired. So we do have a lot more to go through, but I feel very accomplished. I don't know how, Jim, how do you feel?
I feel pretty good though with
yeah.
that. I mean, yeah, we still have a lot to do, but we made a major headway.
Yeah, so. I think so. And we really start the path. It's almost like, you know, getting that car started and then, you know, now you're on the road. There's a few things, I would tell you the truth. There's a few things that I have that are like a question in my mind, like, oh, you know, I remember looking for something like that for so long. Just because I wanted one for my collection and like, will I ever use it? I don't know. It's an antique. Do you use antiques? Some people, I don't know. So like, that's where I'm going back and forth, but just a handful of things, right? Just really like a handful of things. I have 2 tablecloths that I'm like on the fence about, but we have them in there, just in case, like, you know, I have them in the giveaway pile, but Jim knows that if I can come up with a different solution for storage for them, then maybe, because one of them I love, it's like a vintage flannel, Easter with bunnies all over it, and it's trinomous. That's why I like it. I liked it because we can put like a collapsible buffet table up to a dining room, like a 72-inch table, and the tablecloth goes across like both of them pretty good. So it was like really long tablecloth. But I feel like it's going really well. I'm excited to go to the next steps, getting Jimmy's dresser in here and able to put all the stuff away that we have up here. It's going to be stored there until we can get the dresser in here. And then hopefully we'll be able to get rid of that plastic piece, as well as clear up the floor space. We did do underneath the buffet, we did 1 side so far. We do have the other 2 sides to deal with. But, you know, like I said, there's still just some things that I'm on the fence with. And I'm not trying to keep them and hoard them, but a lot of things, like I mentioned, it took me a long time to acquire. It's just kind of like with my clothes. I have to decide, like, you know, is it something that's replaceable if I ever need it again? And I don't know. So just... there's a lot of stuff, and I'm not telling you it's easier or harder. It's definitely getting easier, but yeah, I can't tell you if it's hard or easy, but that's it. So I hope you guys really enjoyed this. If you do, give this video a thumbs up and all the things. And as always, yeah, the subscribing and the liking and the commenting and the questions, anything, and the sharing. I'm tired. It's late. What time is it?
9.
8:45. Past my bedtime.
No. If that's saying it's going on 9, it means it's going on 10 because I never switched that out.
Okay, it's 9:45. All right.
Yeah.
Well, it's really getting late then. So, I love you, and I will, as always, see you next time. Bye.
Bye.
Nope. That's not how we end the video. Nope. As always, you take care, God bless, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.